Good morning, students. Welcome to your social studies class. Today we are going to start our second chapter of geography, which is land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. You all have discussed about all these resources earlier in your classes, that what is land, what are the different sources available for water, what are the different reasons for affecting the land, affecting the water, then affecting the soil. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about all these components one by one. So starting with the chapter, so there is a conversation, or the two students or two children's information is given. So there is a small village in Tanzania, Africa, which is in Africa. There is one mamba who gets up early in the morning and fetch water. She has to walk a very long way to get the water and then take so much time to came back to the home. Then after coming back to home, she helps her mother in doing the work and then her brother in taking care of their goats. All her family owns is a piece of rocky land around their small hut, and his father used to grow some maize and beans on it. As this is not enough for their family to feed for the whole year. So the next one which is given in your book is the Peter, who lives in the heart of a sheep rearing region in New Zealand, where his family runs a wool processing factory. Every day when he came back to his school, he used to see that his uncle used to take care of their sheep. Their sheep yard is situated on a windy grass plain with hills in the far distance. It is managed in the scientific way using the latest technology, and Peter family also grow vegetables through organic farming. So after studying these two different region area story, we came to know that Mamba and Peter both have different type of lifestyles. They have different type of agriculture activity. So the difference is due to the difference of quality of land, quality of soil, then quality of water, natural vegetation, animal and usage of technology. So the availability of such resources is the main reason for the places for being different from each other. So the places are different from each other is due to the difference in the land which is there, the difference in the soil, and the difference of the natural vegetation found there. So now we are going to start the first factor, which is land. So we know that land is the important natural resource, and it covers about, as this is a very interesting fact, that land has covered only 30% area, and the 70% area which is left is either populated or uninhabited. Means only 30% land is used for the practice of agriculture, right? So there is we came to know that there is uneven distribution of population. Some places are very populated, on the other hand some places have very less population. So the reason behind the uneven distribution of population is due to the different characters of land and different characters of climate. As we talk about the places which are located on the hilly areas, so at that areas there is no possibility of agriculture. So these areas are only meant for tourist places, but not for the purpose of residential purpose, right? And the areas like the northern plains which have very fertile area, so these areas are very fertile in nature and land is used for agriculture purpose. So these places are very populated. So the uneven distribution of population is based on the fact, if the land is suitable for growing crops and have all the better opportunities, then that area will be thickly populated. And if the land which is not suitable for growing crops and completing our basic requirement, this particular area must have very less population, right? So now we know that land is used for different purposes like agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses, roads and setting up of industries. So these all uses of land is commonly termed as land use, right? So there is a table given in your books in which different countries' names are given, and then these countries use these lands for different purposes. They have divided the land uses in cropland, pasture, forest and other use. So here the question arises that name the countries having the highest percentage of land under cropland. So you can find that India is the country which has the highest percentage of land under cropland. Then moving to the forest. So forests are highest used in Japan. And then when we talk about the pastures, the Australia is the highest in Australia there is a highest percentage of land under pasture. And when we talk about the other uses, so Canada is the country which has the highest percentage of land used for different purposes. So here we came to know that land can be used for different purposes by the different country. And land is also divided into a different category like private land and community land. So what are private land? Private land means the land which is owned by the individual, whereas community land means the land which is used by the community for doing the different activities like collection of fodder, fruits, nuts or growing medical herbs. So these lands are known as community land or common property resource. As we know that demand of people are going on, and the availability of land is very limited. So the quality of land is different in different places. So people started encroaching the common lands to build up commercial areas, houses, complexes in urban area, and to expand the agriculture land in the rural area. So in your book you can see the image. There are 4 images given. In the first image you can see that earlier the land is used for growing crops and then residential activities also performed here. But with the movement of time, with increase in the population and increase in the demand, in the second image you can see the number of houses here built are now increased. In the third image you can see that the land is used for creating industries, for making roads, and then in the fourth image you came to know that now the land is not left for the agriculture activity. The whole land is used for creating houses, industries and for different purposes. So as we know that if this demand keeps on increasing, then there will be adverse effect on the land. So therefore we should take some steps so there will be no degradation of land. So we will discuss about all the degradation of land in our next session. So today our introductory session was about the land resource, in which we have discussed that land can be used for different purposes, and due to the quality of land, the distribution of population is different in different countries.